Thanks again, Christian. Now get ready for the dynamic insights of Casey Halliley. Casey is an award-winning expert with a strong background in trading and risk management from Citigroup and Barclays Bank PLC. She founded Wealthology in 2014, educating thousands in partnership with various organizations. For her work at CUNY Baruch College, she was honored with the 2023 Zicklin School Teaching Award. She recently revamped the personal finance readiness curriculum for the U.S. Air Force and U.S. Space Force and is now writing a book on wealth building. She's just a little busy. Today, Casey will highlight how crucial it is to start investing early. Help me welcome Casey.
The bell rings and you head outside to grab lunch with your friends. You pull out your phone like you do every day, and with a tap, you spend $15. Maybe it's a burger and a soda, or shaken chai latte frappuccinos for you and your best friend. It's no big deal, right? Well, what if I told you that that action right there could cost you $3.5 million? Sounds wild, right? But that's exactly what I'm here to show you today, how small choices you make right now can snowball into life-changing amounts of wealth. I want to show you how the very subtle difference between keeping your money in a savings account at the bank and investing it could be measured in billions. I want to talk about how you might be able to turn the equivalent of your lunch money into millions of dollars. And finally, I want to explain why if you had a goal of, say, accumulating $10 million, why you have a massive advantage over your teachers, your parents, your grandparents, and practically every other adult you know. But here's the catch. This advantage you have, it's fleeting. It's slipping away as we speak. And this advantage you have is time. And the thing that turns time into wealth, investing. A good way to illustrate this is, let's say somebody gave you this apple. You'd probably eat it and toss away the core. That's like spending money without giving it a second thought. But what if before tossing the core, you took a seed from this apple and you planted it for your future? You're still able to enjoy the sweet snack, but at the same time, you're taking a small portion of your earnings or your money and you're setting it up to start growing for your future. With some patience, with some diligence, and time, you just might end up with a tree that produces apples for you every season. This is why you have an advantage over your teachers and parents, because you have the gift of time. So let me give you an example. Meet my friends Amy and Jacob. Amy starts saving and investing at the age of 15, $100 per week. She does this until she turns 25, and then she stops saving and investing, and she leaves her money in there to grow. Jacob, on the other hand, has a great time in his 20s, and he waits until he gets a great job, and he turns 30 to start saving and investing. But then he does the same thing as Amy. He saves $100 per week, every week, until he turns 65. Who do you think ends up with more money? Amy saved for 10 years, a total of $52,000, and Jacob saved for 35 years, a total of $182,000. Well, thanks to the force of a power called compounding, Jacob will end up with about $1 million. And thanks to the beauty of starting early, Amy will end up with twice as much money as Jacob, $2 million, just because she started early. And by the way, if Amy had carried on saving and investing from the age of 15 to the age of 65, $100 per week, she would end up with $3.5 million. $100 per week is less than $15 per day. So what is this force called compounding? Let's go back to our apple tree for a minute. If your tree produces apples for you every year and you eat them, that's like earning simple interest on your money. Your money is invested, you earn some interest, and then you spend that money. But what if every year you planted more seeds? Every year your orchard will grow. Each new tree produces more apples, which means more seeds, which means more trees and more apples. This is compounding. Your money making money on the money it makes. You can think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. The bigger the snowball gets, the bigger it gets, and the faster it grows, and the bigger it gets as it rolls down the hill. And the money that is packing onto your snowball, this is called a return. So a savings account at a bank might pay you a 1% return, and investing your money might pay you something like an 8% return. And today we're here to talk about investing. So we're going to look at an example of the difference between keeping your money in a savings account and investing it. To do this, we're going to go all the way back to the year 1706, the year Benjamin Franklin was born. We're going to imagine that Benjamin Franklin's parents took $1 and put it into a savings account, earning 1% interest all that time from 1706 until today. If they did that, his dollar would be worth something like $24. But what if his parents had instead invested that dollar and earned something like 8% over all of that time? That dollar would be worth $46 billion today. That's billion with a B, and a number way too big for us to comprehend. But it represents the difference between keeping your money in a savings account at the bank and investing it. But most of us don't have 320 years to invest like Ben did. So how are we supposed to build our millions and our billions in this lifetime? We do that by starting to plant seeds now. Because when you invest and you start early, you tap into a force so powerful, it creates graphs like this one. This is Warren Buffett's net worth. Warren Buffett is one of the greatest investors of all time. He started investing at 11, and today at 94, he's worth $145 billion. But guess what? This is the craziest part about this graph. He accumulated 99% of his wealth after his 60th birthday. How? His snowball started rolling so fast, it turned into an avalanche. Okay, so Ben Franklin had 320 years to invest, and Warren Buffett is an investing genius. How can you plant seeds for your future now? This is the best part. When it comes to investing, you don't need a diploma or a driver's license. You don't need parents who are wealthy or who work on Wall Street. You don't even need that much money. Saving and investing as little as $20 will get your snowball rolling. So remember we said how if you had a goal of accumulating $10 million, you had a massive advantage over your teachers and your parents and your grandparents and every other adult you know? Well, meet my friend Sadie. Sadie got a job when she was 15 walking her neighbor's dog. Her neighbor offered to pay her $20 a day, and she said, okay, I'm going to take that money and I'm going to save and invest it. She carried on doing that throughout high school. She ended up going to college, and she got a job tutoring. And her client offered to pay her $140 per week. So she was able to keep this habit of $20 a day up, and she did. She continued saving and investing $20 a day, every day, and then she graduates, and she got a job, and she continued this habit. The habit worked for her, and so she never stopped. If she does this from the age of 15 to the age of 65, she would expect to have $10.7 million in her account. If Sadie had waited until she was 20 to start saving and investing, she would end up with $6.5 million in her account. Not too shabby, but $4.2 million less than if she had started early. If Sadie waited until she was 30 to start saving and investing, like our friend Jacob did, she would end up with $2.4 million. Again, not too shabby, but $8.3 million less than if she had started early. So the next time you bite into an apple and throw away the core, the next time you pull out your phone and spend money with a tap, the next time you earn money and you're trying to decide what to spend it on, let these things be a reminder to you of the power of starting early and how small investments now can grow into something truly substantial over time. If you are interested in saving and investing or learning how to build your wealth, you can click on this QR code and fill out the Google form attached, and I can try to share some resources with you. Thank you so much.